Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome to another one of our Na'Shay Chayil's Devarim Achoti sit. Good thing, sis. I'm sorry. I'm like blundering over here. But we'd like to welcome each and every one of you for joining us tonight. And I hope that you are ready with your questions because we have two guests and they have a lot of information for each of you. And we hope that you will really enjoy what we have for you tonight. To start, we are Na'Shay Chayil. I'm a coach Chantel. I am one of the leaders of Na'Shay Chayil, and I would like to share with you our mission and our vision statement. We are Na'Shay Chayil, women of valor. I value my sister because she is valued by the Most High. Our vision, as we are intended to be, we are Na'Shay Chayil, women of valor. We have committed ourselves to service to our God, service to our families, to our communities, and to each other. We welcome sisters to join us on our rediscovery of sisterhood. Torah is our fence. We aim to learn and impart Torah into our lives and into each other in our individual and collective growth. So we can truly live up to the name Na'Shay Chayil. As sisters, we will be our sister's keeper. We will always come with the hospitality of Abraham and Sarah. We will create a safe environment for one another. We will speak wisdom and encouragement to one another. We will value, honor, and respect one another. We will be truthful and just with one another. We will maintain spiritual growth with Torah as our fence. So once again, I would like to thank you all for joining Na'Shay Chayil, Devarim Achoti, sis. Devarim Achoti, good thing, sis. I would like to invite my sisters, Akot Azaria and Akot Shakina. Welcome, sis.
Shalom, shalom.
I think I might have needed a little help. I might have needed y'all to join in because I keep stumbling over the Achoti, sis.
You did all right.
I'm always a little nervous when I have to open up. So everybody excuse me. How are you ladies doing?
Blessed. Good.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited about tonight. So doing pretty good.
That's good. That's good. How was your day?
Oh man, my day was like crazy. I feel like it went by really fast, but it was really busy. So
Oh, okay. So this is your like woosah time.
yeah, this is like woosah time. Yep.
That's good. You, Shakina?
My day got by really good.
That's good. That's good. That's
easy
good.
going.
Same here. I got like a 3-hour nap, so I think I'm pretty restful right now. So rested right now. So I'm looking forward.
Jealous.
Listen, I was so tired last night, so I was like, I went out and then I came back and I just crashed, which is really hard for me. Sometimes I love naps, but it's really hard for me to like nap like immediately. This time I laid down and I was napped out.
That means you was exhausted.
So, like I was saying to everyone, welcome to Devarim Achoti. Devarim Tovim Achoti. That's the word I'm missing. Devarim Tovim Achoti. Here in this presentation, what we would like to do is showcase businesses owned by women in our community. And so we have two special guests. They're both special. And so we would like to invite them on. First up, we're going to start with, she is our special guest. And I did not know who she was. So I kept asking questions like, who's this lady? I don't know. I don't really know everybody. But she is someone who is known. And so I'm going to present her flyers. Her name is Dr. Lynn Gardner Kyler. And most people know her as Dr. B. And these are her businesses, and she's going to explain more about what she does. And so we would like to welcome Dr. B to our presentation.
Shalom, shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
Shalom. How are you?
I'm doing just absolutely fabulous.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on. We're looking forward to hearing what you have to say, what you want to share, your business. And next up, now we had her daughter on a few weeks ago. I think it was our first presentation.
Mhm.
And as always, she is, they're so supportive of each other. And I'm going to just welcome her to the screen. And that is Deborah Mack of Cocktails and Coins. Welcome. How are you this evening?
I'm well, Toda, yeah.
So before we got on, Azaria asked Deborah Mack, are those 9 o'clock tea party glasses? And she said, sure enough, maybe not like that, but she was like, absolutely.
9 o'clock tea party lip wear as well.
In the lip wear. That's right. That's right. We have to have her back on so she could talk about her lip gloss, right? So first up, we're going to feature Dr. B, and she is going to talk about her business. And her business is Yehuda Luxury Travel. And so if you can introduce yourself and explain your business, share your business.
Sure can. Well, good evening, everyone. I am so excited to be here tonight to share my business with everyone. But I want to give you a background about me first. Okay, my name is Dr. Lynn. That's my government name. But my Hebrew name,
Oh, you're breaking up.
Proud.
I'm sorry, Dr. B. You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay, I'm stationary. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
I can hear you now.
Is that better?
Yes.
Much better.
Okay, maybe I need to put my little note. No, I'm up that I have little notes to look at. I remember where I am. But in any case, I have been an educator for the past 33 plus years. I received my doctorate in 2021. Now, I don't want anybody to make a mistake when you hear doctor, and I always joke about this. I am a doctor. My doctorate is in business administration. I specialized in organizational leadership. When people hear Dr. B or Dr. Lynn, I always joke with them and say, just please don't get sick. Don't faint, because I'm not that kind of doctor. So it always brings a laugh to people, but in all honesty, when people see doctor, they just think medical field right off the bat. I'm originally from New York City, from Harlem, USA. I ran a Head Start when I lived up in New York City. My business, I opened my travel business in 2018, February of 2018. My business, I have a team of satellite travel businesses, 400 plus. So they are all over the world. They are international. They are here. They're in different states. My team of 400 comes out of a team of 75,000 travel agents. My area of expertise is luxury travel, because when I started my travel business, I was just going for travel. I didn't have a specific niche. But then I realized that you can't service the world, though you try, you cannot service the entire world. So I had to break that down into a niche. And my niche is luxury travel, because that's where the money is, in luxury travel. So I book luxury vacations, luxury destinations. And because I'm an agent, of course, I get I wouldn't say a discount, but I come through the back door of anything that has to do with travel. As a consumer, if you're not an agent, as a consumer, you're coming through the front door, so to speak, and they're going to treat you like a consumer or like a number. But when you're an agent dealing with the travel industry, when you come to them to make a reservation, all bets are off now, because you're going to give me what I want, because you need me to advertise for you. which is just a wonderful feeling because the more destinations I book, the more clients that I have, it benefits my business as well because now the middleman is cut out. So the person who was collecting the commission, like in Travelocity and Booking.com, that person doesn't exist anymore. So the commission comes straight to me. And I say Toda Ya for me finding this business and establishing it. Let's see. The travel world is so exciting. If we can't move beyond our block, this is just my personal philosophy. If we can't move beyond our block or beyond our quote unquote safe zone of our house, and that's not to say that everybody needs to go out in a rush now, but because I know there was a pandemic and people are really skeptical now about moving around and shifting to different places, that I do understand. But there are safe places to go that would keep you and your family safe. I like booking cruises, and I'm quite sure, put in the chat, you like cruises? I like cruises. I like getting out of town, short breaks, staycations, anything that has to do with travel, anything that moves. My agency covers that. My agency also covers car rentals, Amtrak, and of course, airline flights, destination weddings, destination vacations to some of the places that you may not even seen. I don't know how many people online has ever seen an over the water bungalow. If you haven't stayed in one of those, yes, please look up an over the water bungalow. You can see the sea and the fish right through your floor. So I don't think there's a Holiday Inn or a hotel, Motel 8 that has those type of amenities. My business also services sports tickets, theater tickets. So my travel business covers a wide variety and a wide range of entertainment that is open to everyone. Now, the LLC, the one card that you did see that said Pink Diva Faces LLC, that is my umbrella company. I had to create an umbrella company because the government, of course, is monitoring you and seeing what you're bringing in and if you are filing for it at the end of the year, and they're just doing too much and doing their stuff. But what I feel what we don't do is when we open up a business, we don't open the book fully to see everything that's afforded to you as a business owner. Now, when you get that LLC or when you get your EIN number for whatever business you are proposing, that that EIN number covers 12 businesses because you would be doing business as. So to understand, people know, okay, this is Yehuda Luxury Travel. But when it's time for me to file that Schedule C for tax time, my business is Pink Faces LLC, doing business as Yehuda Luxury Travel. So there's no mix up. Like you have 4 or 5 businesses here. We have to be really, really careful when we are growing our business because there's things that laws change. They'll change at the blink of an eye. Okay, so you have to be very much on the knowledge base of what your business is. And us moving forward, building our nation or building our sisterhood, I look for my business to help us grow, help us move around this earth. If I could move you from here to, I say, Egypt, where I went 2 years ago, that trip to Egypt normally ranges about $4,000, between $4,000 to $7,000. I went for $2,000. because as an agent, I'm able to negotiate price. I'm able to get free stuff, which is a good thing because free is definitely for me. So those perks as an agent definitely move you up the ladder. It gives you more confidence because now I'm not just speaking to people over Zoom. I'm not just talking to a handful of followers on social media, but the whole world is open to me. So with that being said, let me just go back. The Pink Diva Faces, the other businesses I have under there was my Mary Kay business, which was very successful. Yes, I left it alone once I won the pink Cadillac because I realized, hey, yes, that pink Cadillac was
Nice.
rolling.
Yeah, everybody know about the pink Cadillac.
Yes, okay.
Well, the pink Cadillac was cool, but it was where I live. I had to change my location in order to function in a big city with a pink Cadillac because at the time, and there's nothing wrong with where I live, it was just the mentality of the people that I lived around because I lived in Soundview Projects at that time.
Oh,
So I
I know
couldn't
that.
even
we know about
even
sound.
coming outside one day and my Cadillac is sitting on some milk crates.
That's right.
Somebody took my tires. I took the whole car.
You lucky they didn't take the whole car.
Right.
Yes, very much so. So when I was up to win the Cadillac the second time, I said, okay, lady, you have something. You have something within you that people see that make them want to lock arms with you. So after I figured that out, I was like, okay, where do I want to leave my legacy? Do I want to leave my legacy on somebody's face and it'll wash day? I want you to remember me in some other way. So by being a travel business owner, I am also a marketing executive. I help people do what I do. I help people acquire their travel business and I coach them on building their legacy that they can pass down to their families.
Nice.
I'm very proud of what I do. I am very serious about what I do because owning a business is not a hobby. Can I get it? Owning a business is not a hobby. This is my business. This is serious business. I don't play with people's money.
You can't.
Okay. And I want them to play with mine. So let's just be real about it. If you wanted, some come in with expectations like, oh, I know Dr. B. Yeah, Dr. Rofal Biafia is cool with me and she's going to give me a break. And it's sad because that's how some of our people think. Oh, sister, give me a break.
I told you they love the word free.
Right. I just had a client who wanted to book one of those over the water bungalows for her birthday. I think it was like for 4 days and 3 nights. It came to $12,000. She wrote me back, oh, that's too expensive. Yes, it is. But that's what you wanted.
Luxury.
Because he said, well, can you give me a break and maybe get it in half? Girl.
Half?
Right. Girl, what? Give it to you for half. I said, okay. I do understand, as a business owner, you have clients and we are there to please our clients. Customer service is big. If you can't be nice, no matter how much your client may be getting up under your skin, or maybe you just woke up on the wrong side of your bed, or maybe they woke up on the wrong side of the bed and they're just not feeling your vibe and vice versa. We always have to remember, as a business owner, customer service comes first. All that other stuff is second because word of mouth will destroy your business. Word of mouth will destroy your reputation. So before it gets to that point, I need to be on my P's and Q's so that my clients are always returning. And basically, that's me. That's me and what I do.
That's
Got any
great.
more?
Thank you.
I'm gonna go first.
Go ahead. Shakina, you have any questions? You're more than welcome to go ahead. Jump in.
Well, I definitely enjoyed your presentation. I definitely learned a lot. I really like the fact how you really broke down that you are a doctor in business, which is very rare. That I don't even really hear that often. And you took that and you expanded in so many ways with your business. And not even only that, you helping out other people. And the thing that I liked about your business, also you said you sold like sports tickets and things like that. I just learned just so much from you, and I'm a big traveler, or I like to do a lot of activities. I would definitely be looking you up in the future. But I was definitely just wowed by like your whole experience, especially with the pink Cadillac, and you got it 2 times. I'm
Yeah.
just shows
Oh,
like hard work
y'all just
and
don't know
dedicated to what you're doing and staying focused.
yes, y'all just don't know when I got the notice in the mail. I was like, oh, okay, you just snatch the mail and go on about your business. And my husband kept saying, Adon Yatniel kept saying, baby, you got something from Mary Kay here, got a big star on the envelope. Okay, I'm a director, so I didn't pay any attention. It didn't look any particularly special to me at that point. So after I
Right.
got everything together and I calmed down, took a shower, I said, all right, let me go look at this and see what the mail is. And I seen the congratulations. And it's so crazy because when you get letters like that, your eyes just scan the page. So
Right.
all I seen was congratulations, owner of the pink Cadillac, and I seen nothing else.
Right.
I just had to sit and absorb that for a minute because I was like, did I really do that? It's like nobody told me yesterday that I was even that close to it,
Right.
to get it. And then when the opportunity came the second time, I said, Most High, you trying to tell me something.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
this is not where it needs to say because in Mary Kay, if I didn't want the car, I could cash out and they would give me the Kesev at the value of the car. So I said, well, wow, I just hit the lotto without even playing because
Wow.
I already had it. So why would I need two? Adon
Right.
Yatniel wasn't going to drive a pink Cadillac.
Oh no. Oh no.
Right.
No. And for those of you who know him, you know I'm right. So it's choices that we make as business owners that's going to put you ahead of the game, stagnate you, or if not even stop you. If you don't have that fortitude to keep pushing and keep pushing, I didn't get 400 people, 400 satellite businesses just sitting behind my computer, being on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm not even on TikTok. Don't put me on there because I have no idea what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
it's just the constant relationship building that takes place when you're a business owner. And if you're not the type of person that can build a relationship, just saying good morning. I post every day, good morning. Say what I got to say and leave. I get responses and questions and stuff, but most people, once they get my number, I get a bunch of texts. Can you help me with this trip? I want to go here. Send me to India. I want to go to Africa. And that takes time
Yeah.
put together because you don't want your client to have a bad time,
Right.
And then once my clients are en route and they're traveling, I have to be available because if anything goes wrong wherever they are, whose phone you think gonna ring?
Mm.
And then they'll
Yeah.
at me. I feel you send me here, and these people don't have my reservation. And no, there's a lot to do. There's a lot of steps behind it, but you know what? They are fun steps.
Mm-hmm.
They are fun steps when you can get up and say, "Oh, let me see what the price is at a nice hotel in Hawaii." And you look at what the suggested price is, just like buying a car, suggested retail price and what the car really costs. All the bells and whistles. Now, if you want, like I said, if you want luxury, 20 points, 50 points worth of luxury, yeah, you have to have the kesef for it. But my mission is to help as many families as I can. I am all about Black businesses, helping Black businesses or just connecting with Black businesses. And this business is Black owned. This business, that the founder of my travel, what do you call it? It's like my, I guess we would say my boss, but he wouldn't be my boss. But he's an African American man. My business is 90 out of 100%, 98.9% are women.
Okay.
97.8% are Black. So you know the men in the room ain't feeling us, but that's okay. We got our estrogen level on high. So I don't know what else I can say.
So I have a question.
And I have a question afterwards.
Oh, okay, Ima, you're more than welcome to go first. Go ahead.
Okay, I just want to know, particularly you folks down in North Carolina. I have a wide network of email people, and I've been asking for months now, even into years now, for you to let me know what your businesses are so that I can advertise them. If you can provide me with that information, and anybody else that is interested in spreading their business in the Israelite community, let me know, and I'll be glad to advertise it.
Oh, that would be wonderful. If you can leave me your information in the chat, I can get that. Going.
Yatniel should know how to reach me, but I'll make sure that you get it anyway. I'll put it in the chat.
Yatniel is not gonna. He's not into the sisterhood stuff.
I know.
Yes,
I'm Anaya's godmother. I know him very well.
Oh, beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, that's my baby girl.
I know.
Yes, I said she's my baby girl. She's a beautiful soul, beautiful spirit.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Okay, so my question is, there are so many different websites that we can go on to plan our vacation. So why would someone want to use the luxury travel planner over them just going to research? I think you might have shared, but I would like, for you to.
Well, first of all, they would come. I mean, just the name Yehuda Luxury Travel brings people's curiosity out. The people who I have, my satellite agents, they have locked arms with me. For one, some of them know me and some of them didn't. I have been told that I have a very nice spirit. I have a humble heart. And they see me moving and shaking on social media because where I go and what I do, whether it's my personal stuff or my travel stuff, which always includes my personal stuff, I have garnered a great number of followers. So with that being said, it's just people watching you. Watching you, and you got to put your business out there. I can't say that I have a luxury travel business and you don't see me luxury traveling.
Right.
You don't see any post of anything luxurious that makes you even curious.
Right.
So yes, I do giveaways. I do raffles online. Just to do things to get people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Azaria?
yeah, I have a question
Thank you.
because I recently looked into taking my family on a Amtrak trip using Amtrak. I wanted to take the children on a train ride, but I wanted to take them as far as they could go. The furthest route I saw was Florida. I'm in Maryland, so the furthest route I saw was Florida. Are there any routes going on the West Coast? Because I would like to plan a
Yes,
trip for
ma'am.
them to go somewhere on the West Coast, but I would like to do the train travel.
Definitely, definitely. Amtrak doesn't just, and I'm quite sure everybody knows, Amtrak is not just the Eastern traveling piece. It connects going up the eastern side of the country up to Canada. It connects to go
Okay.
across the Midwest. They do have services that like go up into the mountains in the Midwest. They have where you would probably have to get off and connect if you
Right.
wanted to go further west. But yes, Amtrak goes all over, and they call those railroad travelers, they call them rail bookers.
Okay.
So you and
Okay.
your family would be rail bookers, and it does save you money when it comes to
Okay.
tourism because you're
Mhm.
on the train. The train will stop in certain destinations depending on where your destination is. Trains will stop in the middle. There's a lot of times that you will hear over the loudspeaker you're about to pass the Grand Canyon,
Okay.
is on the left side of the train or something. So it's nice. For me, my clients. I'm not going to send you somewhere that I either have not been or have not investigated so thoroughly it would have been like I've been.
Right. Right.
Okay. I called them if I've never been there, yeah, I'm gonna call because I'm calling to see the type of customer service you're gonna give me.
Mm.
So when I call a place that I haven't been to, I I never tell them I'm a travel agent until we start getting
Right.
down and dirty, and then they'll most likely will say something to me that'll trigger me to say, well, I'm a travel agent. Here's my identification number. What can you do for me? I have a
Mm.
client that traveled to California on the rail bookers program. What can you do for me? No, she doesn't like that kind of. I base it on the way I know I like to travel. I can't have Yehuda luxury travel and I'm riding on the stagecoach.
Right.
Right.
Because that's what I was interested in. I wanted to give them before I put them on a plane. Because I have smaller children. Before I put them on a plane, I want to put them on a train and see how they
Mhm.
handle it, and then graduate them. So I might be
Okay,
contacting you very soon. Yep. Yep.
definitely,
So
definitely. You go ahead.
no, go ahead, finish what you're gonna say. I have one more
No,
question.
sure. I was just saying, you ladies have my contact number and email. If I can just get you to put that information in the chat, I can um,
Yes, she put it in a
get
chat.
with you and okay, and get this.
So
I got you.
one final question, Dr. Bean. What
Sure.
in the Tanakh, what verse or verses do you use to help guide you in your business?
That's a good one.
I don't know what one verse jumps out, but I know those commandments stay in my mind and stay
Hmm,
on my heart. If
okay.
I don't
That
know
was
any other, I'm not as well versed in the Tanakh as my Ish is. I
mm-hmm,
always go to him for guidance,
mm-hmm,
but I do know that those commandments are ingrained in my heart. So I'm not going to steal from you. I'm not going to be disrespectful to you. I'm not going to be disrespectful to the people that's on my team. I'm here to help any and everybody who asks for it. Because some people I try to help, they know they need the help, but they don't want it. So I can't force you. So I'm gonna be respectful of you. And the commandments tell you how you supposed to be, what you're not supposed to do. So if nobody know anything else in that Torah, one of those commandments fit you. And I have to keep myself in that guidance if I want the Most High to bless me and my business and my family.
Amen. Torah for sharing, Dr. B.
And we do admit that Adon Yatniel is a historian.
Yes.
We know him from before, from the old Hashaba, trust me.
From old Hashaba, okay.
Okay, so anyone who is interested in contacting Dr. B or even seeing the types of travel expeditions, if I should say, you can reach her on Facebook, Dr. B on the Move. And you can contact her through her email and her phone number, yehudatravel@yahoo.com. And the phone number is 704-584-9030. So thank you once again, Dr.
You can
B.
catch me at the other number also, at the 718 number.
Okay, so 718 530.
Yes, ma'am.
You going 8030?
8040.
8040. Almost had it. Okay. And here's her other number, 718-530-8040. So thank you, Dr. B, for joining us this evening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see if anyone, okay. So next up, are we ready for Deborah Mack? Drum roll, right? Everybody come on. Drum roll, please. Should we welcome up?
Shalom, shalom. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for having me on your program. As Dr. B said, it's always good to share with our people what we're doing, and in the hopes of, expanding the wealth and bringing more people in. First thing I like to say is business ownership is not for everyone, and we know that.
Yes.
Everybody wants to have the perks of a business, but everybody's not prepared to do the work. So my legal business name, Deborah of Brooklyn, is a business I started some 40 years ago doing custom-made clothing, which I still do. I'm just scaling that back a little because, as the sister said, we got all types of Israelites that want that Israelite discount that they don't give to the other folks. So you gotta watch that. But I make a joke when I talk to other people saying I'm like an honorary Jamaican because I got like 29 jobs. And every time I say that, some Jamaican gets mad at me. So I don't know if there's any Jamaicans on here. But I do a lot of stuff. What brought me here, the cocktails and coins, I'm just turning that into a series is my goal. I am a licensed independent contractor with a company called Primerica Financial Services, and we do insurance and mortgages and investments and that type of thing. So with that company, what it is it allows you to run a business within a business, meaning you don't have to come up with all the overhead to start your business. You just have to get licensed. We are licensed by the state and the federal government because, as Dr. B said, you can't be playing with people's money. So you have to take classes, get trained, get licensed. I'm currently licensed in 7 states, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. And I'm licensed there for life insurance and in various investments. And what I started a few months back, and I'm going to pick that up again towards the end of this month, is just a Zoom series called Cocktails and Coins. And my cocktail for the night is just some essential water. Just keeping it light tonight. Some essential water, and I got some little watermelon over here. but it was just a way to get people to open up, get information, and share information about savings. What I recognize in doing this business over 20 years is you have to meet people where they are. And when I approach people, the first thing, 7 out of 10 people say, I don't have any money, I can't save, I can't invest, I can't do this. What we do is we have a product called the Financial Needs Analysis, which helps you take a look at your finances. You know, I'm going to tap into a lot of things that Dr. B said. You know, if she's setting you on to travel, she's going to give you a roadmap from where you are to where you need to go. And we like to think of our F&A, for short, as a financial roadmap that helps you understand where you are and how to reach your financial goals. And we like to call ourselves like financial doctors. No, I don't have a doctorate and I'm not a medical doctor, but I do help people diagnose some of their financial issues to get them on the path of where they need to go. And through Cocktails and Coins, I've set that to help people create little exercises to help them save money on whatever level of savings that you are, from helping people understand how they should be invested in their company's 401ks or 403bs, to saving the change in your pocket when you come in the house every night. So the Cocktails and Coins went well, and as I said, people have contacted me to bring it back because it helped people become comfortable with the knowledge or lack of, but it made a forum for people to feel comfortable asking questions. That has been a big stigma in our community. We don't want to talk about money in our communities. I work with people that when babies are born, someone creates a trust fund for them. We want to create legacies. Another thing that Dr. B said, we want to create legacies in our families. Part of that is establishing life insurance, because that lets your family continue the route you put them on when you, as the breadwinner, are no longer here, to creating generational wealth through that same venue, as well as saving and investing. These are things we need to teach our children, in my case as well, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, everyone. As I said, I like to pass information on to my family, to my friends, to my neighbors, because I said if I can help people save and make their own money, they won't ask me for mine. So maybe it's a little selfish, but it's a win-win. So for instance, one of the things I talked about was a 52-week challenge. I didn't create it, I didn't invent it, I saw it on the internet. And what that was is starting from the top of the year, January, the first week, you write out a chart from weeks 1 to 52. And at the end of each week, you put that amount of money in an envelope. Very simple. Week 1, you put away $1. Week 2, $2. Week 3, $3, and so on. By the end of the 52 weeks, you save, I think it's $1,853. It's somewhere in that area. But it's something that allows you to begin to put away funds. And then there were other types of savings things. Another sister, she did a $5 savings. Someone introduced that to her, which was every day she comes in the house, if she has any $5 bills, she would put them in a can. Just put them in a can. And just figure that, save on that. Now that right there, we had our family reunion, and Dr. B, I'm going to be calling you for our next one, because our family does our reunion every 2 years, and New York, it's the New York family's turn to planning, and we want to go to some islands. So we won't be too exotic. I don't know how far away we're going, but I'll be contacting you to help us put something in place for that. But I was doing the 52-week challenge simultaneously with the $5 challenge and savings challenge. And I have my 3 grandchildren. I was able to and what I did was each time I put the $5, every so often I go count it. I would count them into $100 increments and just put a rubber band back around it and put it back in the can. When we went on our reunion, I had about $700 in that can. So I was able to just take out a couple of, take out a few bundles, give some money to the children when they went to the park or wherever. I didn't have to, we do have, in some jobs, people think you go on vacation, you get money. No, if you get a vacation pay, it's really part of, what you've worked for. So there's nothing extra. It's all part of your budgeting. But when you do those types of things, you're putting something on the side for you. So I was able to not have to go into something else because I had these little, I call them little slush fund savings. And the 52-week challenge, I do that each year. And at the end of the year, I use that money. I take a part of it to pay off something that, I had there, and then do something fun. Those two things don't touch my retirement savings, my regular, so these are things you do on the side. When I meet with clients, I have them, even if it's just coins, each night when you come in, take your wallet, whatever coins, because you go in the store, you're breaking $1, you're breaking the 20, the coins, just put it in a can or a jar. Wash out that old mayonnaise jar and just throw those coins in. If you do that, probably at the end of the month, you should probably have about $25, $30. And that right there is a retirement account. People don't know you can establish a retirement account for $25 a month. Some of us spend $25 a day or two on lunch. And these are the things you have to look at. When we do the needs analysis, we go deep and we tell people to be honest because it's about you. So you can make up all the numbers you want. I'm certified and licensed, and I'm not concerned with what money is coming into your household. I wish to help you adjust and work with that, but you have to be honest. So you have to look at your bills. You have to know the interest rates on your credit cards, the interest rates on your savings accounts. People don't know that in the average bank account, you are literally getting 0.1%.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what you're putting away, that's still not enough, but you need to know those things. You need to know. We do goal setting. If I ask people, what are the 2 most important financial goals that you have that would require you to save that you would like to achieve in the next 2 to 5 years? Oh, I want to buy a house. Okay, where's the house going to be? What state? Is it detached, attached? Is it a corner lot? How many bedrooms? Does it have a garage, a finished basement? How many levels? These are things you have to know. When my girls were small, we created a wish book, a dream book. And we just cut out pictures of things they would like to see and like to achieve as they got older. It was fun, but it helps you to set goals. I ask people when they want to retire. They tell me tomorrow. That's very unrealistic if you're actually working and that wasn't a plan. You need to know if you retire, when you retire, can you still live in the same manner that you are currently living or better? When I sit with teachers, I know teachers that have been in the business 20 and 30 years, and they don't get called into that evaluation until they're within 5 years of retiring. And that's when the Department of Education wants to help you plan your retirement. You can't plan your retirement 5 years before you retire because you'll realize you might not be able to retire in 5 years. So it's things like that. As I said, walking people through setting up their retirement funds through their jobs, not knowing that most of them are pre-taxed funds, meaning the job takes your funds out and invests them before you get taxed. So it actually looks like you made less money than you did, so you're being taxed less. These are things you need to understand about. We have a book called How Money Works, and it breaks down all types of financial things that we never think about because we are too busy living to feed our families. We're too busy not focusing, and then you wake up, you start a job, you wake up, it's 20 years have gone by and you haven't done half the things because sometimes it's things that we don't want to face, and sometimes we just don't know where to look. So I'm always looking to expand my business. helping people understand how money works. I'm looking for active partners. I'm looking for silent partners, and those mean varying different things. People need, most times we realize is people just need to make more money. By day, I'm a vice president of student accounts at a college. I've been doing that for about 40 years. And I met with one of my staff today, and she was like really brought to tears, saying that she just doesn't make enough money. I mean, we've been in a pandemic, so the job hasn't been giving people raises in a year or two, and everybody's, working hard, and they're telling you, you're lucky you have a job, but, which is true, but you need to now either figure out, how do I make more money? And she said to me, I'm thinking about a second job. And most times people get a second job, you're making enough money to take you back to the second job. So you might need a business opportunity. You might need to make extra income doing something you love. When people retire, they don't always want to stop working, but they want to do something. So now you find that thing, that hobby that you've been doing for all those years. You might crochet, you might do a little writing, you might, like me, do a little sewing, cooking. Those things, what I found is in a down economic market, more small businesses are created because they're forced upon us. People lose jobs, but they still have to eat. So then when you're trying to figure out, what do I do? You look at that hobby that, you've been selling candles to your family for years. Go to the next level with it. So, we need to investigate. And as Imana Ami says, we're trying to help other people figure out what that is. Shakina will attest, as part of the ICVC, we've been working on establishing the Israelite pages for years. We have so many people doing so many things, but people don't know how to promote themselves. And we are everywhere. So if we could at least create a network that passes things around. My financial services business, it's one of the largest companies in the world. And we don't do any regular advertising. It is, as representatives, my business is word of mouth. When I help somebody, I ask them to give me 10 names of credible, viable individuals who want to change their life and let me speak to them. No obligation. We do our financial needs analysis for, well, I won't say for free. There's no money exchange. I do a financial needs analysis for you, even if I can't help you because maybe you got your stuff together or you're not ready. But if you give me 5 to 10 names of other people, that's what keeps my business moving. So now we need to get into the business of promoting each other. So this forum right here is fantastic because it allows you to share what you do and just meet 2, 3, 4 more people that you can speak to. I was doing that through the Cocktails and Coins Zoom, where I had people coming on from California, and these are people in different time zones from across the country chiming in. It didn't cost them anything but 30 to 40 minutes of their time. And then I meet with those same people individually to see what it is that they can do. And even if you don't become an actual official client, if you at least take on some of the practices, if you start the savings, if you do these things with your children. My grandson is 7, and he told me, he asked me, how could he make some money? If he keeps his room clean, would I give him money? Well, you should keep your room clean anyway. But yes, we can work something out. If you clean the things and do all your work like you're supposed to, all your homework, yes, I'll give you money. So now I'm negotiating here with a 7-year-old. But you have to start at that level to let people know that nothing happens for free. You've got to learn and while you earn. So if we begin to teach our children and our grandchildren the value of money, instead of giving them everything they ask for because we didn't have it, we can break generational curses of poverty. So that's one of my goals, to help break generational curses of poverty by making us comfortable talking about money, talking about savings, comparing the tips and the tricks that we do to get us to the levels that we can travel internationally luxuriously, so that we don't have to clutch our pearls when we get that price on something we want to do that you had to know it wasn't free. So that's my spiel. And as I said, I'll be coming back on, doing a few lives, setting my cocktails and coins back in order. But as I said, I'm always expanding, because that's how I grow my business, by creating teams. As I want to get where Dr. B is, with 400 partners, 400 agents all across the country, helping their families and their communities. And each time, it's probably a similar situation. Each time one of my representatives helps a family, I get a bonus. Not off of their check. They get their full check, but I get a bonus because I brought a viable representative into the company. So that's what we need: passive residual income. We need to know that we can sit in front of our computers, we can sit and make money while other people are making money, and we don't have to work ourselves to death, because that's what the other people do. So we're behind the eight ball. We got to get in front of this where other people are.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. So I have a question. You say that when you meet with people, you give them a financial needs analysis, correct?
Yes.
So after you get that financial needs analysis, what's the next step? Do you help them with a budget? Do you, what do you do with that information?
I go over it so that they understand. My job is to educate people on finances, not just to tell you, you need this and you need that. So in doing the analysis, we look at all the money coming into your home and all the money going out of your home. We look at ways that you can possibly save. Maybe you can save on your car insurance. You can get a better mortgage. You can save on your insurance. You can invest in a better place. So we look at the things that you're doing. We look at the goals that you've set for your family. And then we say, well, you aren't actually doing this. Now, the foundation of our program is life insurance, because that is what sets the foundation for your family. We know in these past 2 years, we've all experienced death in ways that we never thought we would. So that sets your family on the platform. Now, everybody, and some of the things people may not be able to do. People don't know. If you have COVID, you can't get insured for at least 90 days after you test negative. Anything can happen in 90 days. Some people keep testing positive over and over. Some people get diseases that are incurable. You can live with them, but some insurance companies won't cover you because of certain things that you have. So what I do is I go over that. I break down, the first copy, we scribble on it because some of the numbers may not be right. We look at it, and then we see what are you able to do at this point. I recommend certain things. No one is obligated to take my recommendation, but if I'm pointing out to you, this is how one way you can reach your goals, you might want to look at that. Some people may be doing some of the things needed, and then that's fine. Then that lets you know, check that box off. I'm okay over there. I don't have to do that. But so we look at that. Then I look and see are you making enough money to reach your goals, or is it, because it could just be some restructuring you need to do. If you're not making enough money, I'm going to try to recruit you, or we'll see if there's something else you can do. But because I'm always looking to expand my business, I offer that opportunity to everyone, because, as long as you're not a felon, then you should be able to do that business, because there's an learning curve. So I sit with them, go over the analysis. Once we've secured that everything is the way it is, then we look at the recommendations. What is it that you can do now? Sometimes people's budgets are so tight. Okay, I can offer you possibly an opportunity. If you get in business with me and I'm able to help 3 people for you get something that they need, then you can get paid while you're in training. And I've helped people come into the business to make the money that they need to establish the goals that they want. Or you would look at some of the things that you're doing to see, okay, I'm going to use this little side business now to help me establish my goals. One of the things about the saving things, I say to people, if you're saving these things, you need to earmark them for something, because if you all know me, you know I got a thing for shoes. So shoes and jewelry. So if I don't earmark these savings for something, I'm gonna go buy some shoes. That may not help me because I got over 100 pair of shoes and I haven't been anywhere in 2 years. So I started giving them away. But you need to earmark it for something so that that's part of a goal. That I'm going to do this 52-week challenge, so at the end of the year I can do this. I'm going to do this savings because I want to take a trip. Whatever it is, you earmark that for the goal. So in the needs analysis, then we help with the goal setting to see if we can help you now or if we can put you on a path to being helped, and so at least you can create a roadmap to your future.
Okay, I have one more question, and then your daughter made a comment, and if anyone else doesn't have any questions, I'll put that comment up. So my question is about the life insurance. You're saying it's a good tool for your children creating wealth. What would be a good amount of life insurance for a person to have? How do they assess that?
Okay, life insurance is, and that's a very good question, because what a lot of companies do, they just say you need this. But typically, you should have 5 to 10 years worth of your annual income in a life insurance policy, because that's how long it could take your family to get back on track if you were the breadwinner. Immediately, you're bringing in this income every month, and then suddenly you're gone. It stops immediately. It takes a while for people to get back on track. So typically, you should have between 5 to 10 times your annual income. Most people don't, because we only sell term insurance. And that's because it's what we would call the vanilla of insurance, like the basic, meaning you get as much insurance as you can afford. It stretches. Whole life, which is typically, unfortunately, what a lot of people have, is more expensive because they have a bundled concept where they're saying you can get multiple things. So the analysis tells you what you should have based on your personal goals. So you may have retirement savings. You may have just a regular savings. You may have investments. So you would typically need less insurance. What you want to remember is insurance. You're paying for insurance money that you're not going to see. You're not going to touch it. That's for those that you leave behind. So you want to, and we call it a just-in-case policy. You buy it just in case you die before you reach the financial goals of your family. So if you have enough savings, enough retirement account, enough investments, you might not even need life insurance. You can keep putting that money in some other fund that you could possibly use. So it is based on your need. Now, typically when I sit with people who have nothing, I'm going to start them. You need at least 50K. 50K, which is not a lot because the average family makes more than $50,000 a year. So that wouldn't even last your family a year. And once they bury you, it's not going to last your family 6 months. So all those things have to be taken into account, but it beats a blank. So at least if you have 25 or 50K, it'll take care of burying you in immediate needs. And then we have a program called an increasing benefit rider, which the policy as well as the benefit as well as the premium increases annually 5 to 10% for up to 9 years. So it allows you to build up into the program you might need to have if you can't afford what the recommendation is for you.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have a question?
I have a question because you mentioned 401k. I'm familiar with that, but you also mentioned 403b. I've never heard of that before. What is that?
Okay, great question. They're both retirement plans. The difference is it's the type of company that you work for and the qualifications. A 401k it's like the difference between the retirement and an IRA. It's based on how much money you make. That's number one. Which plan you can buy into, and also if it's taxable or non-taxable. So a 401k is a pre-tax plan, meaning the money is taken out of your check before taxes. A 403B is a post-tax, which means you are taxed. But now the flip side is when you retire in a 401k, because the government's going to tax you somewhere. So they're going to tax you when you take the money out. But their premise is that you're in a lower tax bracket because you retired, so it should hit you less, but it's going to be taxed on, right? Nonprofit usually have 403B plans. You're going to be taxed on the retirement income. The 403B plan, because it uses what's called after-tax dollars, you won't be taxed on it when you take it out. You'll get the benefit of what it is that you save. Now, they're both great because you put away money. The people say, well, I don't want to, I'll save my own money. But you won't. And we know we won't. So you let that go. I always recommend to any client that you do your job retirement plan first.
Okay.
Because it's either going to be the post-tax or the pre-tax, but it's still a savings that you get the benefit of, somewhere down the line.
Thank you.
Well, I do have a couple of
business person. One more thing. Sorry, as a small business person, I'm sorry, Dr. B is not here. You can set up your own retirement plans. There are several different ones as a small business person that you can set up for yourself. And if you have employees, or if you don't have employees, you can set those up for yourself.
Okay, Shakina.
I have a couple of things, but Tiffany put a comment in the chat. She wants you to explain.
Oh yeah, I was gonna post that. I just wanted to know if you had any questions before she.
No, but I want her to explain this part because I really do like debt stacking, and then I was gonna kind of piggyback off of that.
Oh, debt. Yes, my child is obsessed with debt stacking. It's very simple. You have multiple bills. You have, say, 2 credit cards, you have a student loan, you have a car note, you got some store charges. Okay, debt stacking means you take those 5 bills and at least 4 of them, you pay the minimum. You pay the minimum and you double or whatever you can comfortably do on one. Okay, so you have 5 bills. $30 is the minimum. So you pay $30 on 4 of them. You pay $60, $75, or $100 maybe on one. Okay, so, and you keep doing that month after month. When that first one that you've been doubling or tripling up is paid, you take that whole amount and you put it to the next one. You put it to the next one. And what this does is it reduces the amount of interest that you would pay because you're paying above the minimum. If you were able to pay $200 a month on your bills, as I say, you split that between the 5, and one of them you are adding a little bit more. So if instead of paying $20 each, you would pay $40 on the one, and then whatever, $20 on each. But the amount of money you're able to allot to bill paying, you're going to split it amongst your bills, not your household bills, because that's something different. It's only on revolving debt type of situations, because those are the things that are accruing interest. We do something called the Rule of 72. And the Rule of 72 is a savings rule, which tells you wherever you put your money, it tells you how quickly it takes your money to double. And I mention that because the Rule of 72 is how credit cards work for us in reverse. So what you do there is you're seeing how long it takes your money to double. That's how your interest is doubling if you're not paying sufficiently on your revolving debt. But you can't pay everybody all types of money because it's kind of wasteful. But the debt stacking is just a systematic way to cut your debt, and we display that in the needs analysis. We break that down for you using your own bills in the needs analysis to show you how you can do the debt stacking.
That sounds really good.
hmm That was a concept that years ago that I came across a woman called, her name is Mary Hunt, and she had a book called Debt Proof Living. And I learned that same concept from her and was able to pay off my bills in like less than a year just by doing that. So the little bills that I did have. So, but that was a really good concept to learn.
And
She
also,
came.
sorry, people
No, no, go ahead.
want to shy away from credit cards, but credit cards help you establish good credit because you know, everybody, you just can't go out and buy a house. You need to establish credit. But you, again, you use a systematic approach. You get at least one card that, you know, your goal is to pay them off into 30 to 90 days. So, yeah, you make a big purchase, you might not be able to pay it off in 30 days. But if your goal is to pay it off in 30 to 90 days, the debt stacking or the doubling up on the payments will help you establish that. It also puts you in a mindset of what you should be using the credit for. Unfortunately, we have people buying food on credit because the economy is so bad. But we try to help you with the use of that analysis to create a system to doing these things and then show you how to make more money. There is money out here in this country to be made. We just don't know the avenues to go about it.
Well, I just wanted to definitely thank you for coming on. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you know, you're like my financial mentor. I really enjoy everything that you say. I enjoy the coin meetings that you have. It definitely reconditioned my mind to think another way, and definitely I apply myself in different situations that I didn't even think that I could do. One of the things that I actually did, that I actually picked up in one of the meetings, was the $5 savings. I felt that I was so behind on the savings. I actually did $10. So each time I got a $10 bill, that's actually what I did, just to
Nice.
push myself in that zone. Another thing that I liked about the financial talks that you did have was it put you in a circle of people who do want to make financial changes in their life, and people who have questions that, and no question is a dumb question, but you might find somebody that thinks the same way as you, or just want the same kind of answers in direction that you provide. Another thing that I do definitely like is the different programs that, I know we don't have enough time to talk about all the programs that you have, but you do have other programs such as like a emergency program and a lawyer program. Like you have all these resources that a common person wouldn't know. So I think that like it's very thankful. I'm so thankful that you're sharing this information, even coming down to life insurance. Like when people think of life insurance, we only thinking about one bracket of life insurance. Let me just get some policy just to help people, but we don't even realize that it's a whole term policy or short term, and these are things that's very important for people to know and understand. And you give consultation to the point that you just want people to grasp what their situation is, and they're more than capable of moving out of it. So I'm always probably one of your biggest fans, right next to Tiff, with everything, because I have seen and I have done the actual work that you do, and it does actually work. I still need more work, but like I said, being around the right group, people talking about money, people want to make changes and things like this, put you in the right mindset to do so. So, you know, I definitely enjoy all of it, and I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you. I'm still trying to get to that first million. So you know, we
Yeah.
I know that's right.
BT,
Naomi.
yeah, BT, would you make sure that I get your information and the services that you offer so that I can advertise it as well?
Yes, I will.
Total Rabak.
Okay, I have one more question before we close out. So I hear you said a few times about making more money. And while that is definitely beneficial in anyone's household, most people make more money, but it still goes back to how they spend their money. So when you do these financial needs analysis, is there a lot of discussion about how you need to limit your spending? Because a lot of people like these new iPhones and these latest sneakers, and while you make this money because you're in a financial hole, you're still using that to end up having you take that money and you still end up paying the bills. You still stop.
True. What I want people to understand too is that we still have to live, and you want to enjoy life. So we don't want people, I gotta put away everything and I'll just never leave the house and never do anything. You have to set goals. Okay, we say, where do you want to be in 5 years? Okay, then we take a look at that and then we say, what do you need to do in 2.5 years? What do you need to do in 1.5 years? What do you need to do in 6 months? So you set little increments, and you have to applaud yourself. As Shakina said, she stepped up and did a $10 savings. And what that does is, we found out in the pandemic that you need access to cash. So if for nothing else, it creates a little slush fund in your house. You know, you might get a call even from a family member or something, has some issue in the middle of the night. My daughters are good for asking me at like 10 o'clock, oh, I got a problem. I need $60 at 9 in the morning. I'm like, where is that supposed to come from? You know, but they know I got the little things here, but you might, that gives you that little influx of cash, but you applaud yourself for those small goals. If you haven't been a person known to save, then you have to start small. In regard to the spending, one exercise I will invite you all to do, and this is what I ask everyone: take a small notebook, 30 days. Even doesn't have to start at the beginning of the month. It could start from tomorrow. Write down everything you spend for the next 30 days. What that does is it helps you understand your patterns. Only you can change you. Then you decide. That's me. I change a phone every time they come out. But I have my phone. I'm proud of myself. I had my phone for like over a year now. Good. But but I do those. I don't outright buy them. I do the little plans and then I trade it back. But you have to decide where you cut things off. As I said, I recognize we're in a pandemic. I stopped my shoe shopping because I got heels I haven't worn in 3 years. And now I don't want to wear them. So I no longer buy them. But you have to create the change. So you give yourself small goals and you applaud them. Even if you say, if you've not been saving, everyone can't do $5 or $10 that everyone that they have. Even if you say, I'm just going to put away $1 a day. Just put it in an envelope in a can and just not pay attention to it. Some people, you pick up weird challenges. Some folks are doing a serial number on the bill. I don't understand that because I don't have time to look at all those little numbers. But like maybe their birthday or you have to create something that you're going to stick with. If you want to just save all quarters, but do something for 30 days. It takes 21 days to create a habit, good or bad. So you start from a certain point. As I said, if you just start saving $1 a week, even if you were doing the 52-week challenge, at this point now, I think we're at $31 for this week. You might not have $31, but put 5 in it. Put something in there each week. So if you just did that challenge each week, and that could be the thing that you use to buy those sneakers, to buy that phone, whatever it is, because now you're not now charging it, expensing yourself. You've been putting this on the side with nothing particular in mind when you start. Or if you want to take a trip next year and the trip might cost you $1,000, start putting away. You kind of have to sacrifice $5 a week, 10, whatever it is. So at least you get up to the point of we have booked the trip, you save something. So you have to set small goals, start, and that's where the analysis comes in because it helps you really see where you are on paper. The paper doesn't lie unless you told it, unless you gave the wrong.
Unless you right.
It's a rude awakening.
Right.
It's a rude
reality
awakening.
check.
You're like, I sit with clients, and when they give me the information, I'm like, there's something wrong because you are over budget $500 every month. That is not possible because where are you getting the money from?
Mm-hmm.
Then they realize they're using credit cards or they're borrowing. So it's a time for you to be honest with yourself that you're ready to make a change. You're not going to make the full change at once, but as you reach, the first goal would be, I challenge you all to contact me for a needs analysis. It doesn't cost you anything, but thinking of 5 people like yourself who would decide for themselves they're ready to begin to make a change. But that would be my gift to you for giving me the opportunity to continue to hone my craft doing this. And you'll get this document that says, oh my gosh, I am so scary on paper. I thought I was doing the damn thing and you ain't doing nothing. So, but that's what prompts you to make the change. When you see, what you really have. When I had a person tell me today, she can't go to the doctor because she can't afford the $35 copay because she got $50 in her account and she don't want to be, that hurt me. Because this is a person with a full-time job. You can't go, you've been having migraines and other issues and you can't go to the doctor because you don't want to spend the $35. We gotta do better.
As a nation.
Okay, so our president, Ametia, she asks, we always like to include a little of spirituality in here. How can people look differently at money in a spiritual sense? Where should we place the creator in our finances?
You definitely place the creator first through your tithes and your offerings. Okay, we being the treasurer of the temple of Eliadad, I get all kinds of stories, but people, and I hear things, and people don't understand what they're saying. If you, first of all, you tithe again from where you are. Yes, the book might say 10%, but there are things that are beyond your control. You got to pay your rent, but you have to be thankful to the Most High that He gave you a place to have rent. So you have to give something. If you don't belong to a particular place where you tithe, then you do a series of mitzvahs. You can give to people. I was in the supermarket and there was a man and he's on the line with, and I'm looking at what he got, some lunch meat, some crackers, and he's literally asking people, can you help me pay for this? I just came out the shelter. People are just like this, ignoring the man. I'm like, come on, let's go. So you give back. You have to give back. We can't give anything to the Most High, but we can give to the guy. I try to keep loose dollars and coins in my pocket when I go out. So when people are on the train and they're asking for money, I'm not going to give it all to the first person, but you asking me for something, I will give you $1. I'm not opening my purse and going in my wallet because I'm not a fool. But in my pocket, I will have $1. I will have some coins and I will give what I can give. You help where you can help. If you don't belong to a place that you can tithe, there are organizations that you know and that you respect that you can help, that you can give $5, $10, every so often. So that's how you give back to the Creator, by helping someone who has less than you. Okay, so you don't buy the $50 sneakers, buy the $25 sneakers and give somebody $5. So you have to see where you can help out, and the Most High will bless you because you chose to help someone else.
Okay,
I can attest to that when you give, the Most High makes sure that you have to give. And another thing that I would say is that people hurry up and contact you regarding life insurance, because I've seen a series of transitions that have taken place in Israel where the family was stuck because the person did not have life insurance. Even if you have a little bit of life insurance, that could ease such a burden off your family if you have it. I'm next trying to look into burial insurance because I don't want to be jet speeded out of here, but I don't want my family left with the burden of having to bury me too, because even to open a grave or anything like that, I realize this may sound like morbid talk, but it's real life. And you have to prepare for these things. Otherwise, you leave your family with a tremendous burden of trying to put you away nicely or however you want to be put away. So I advise definitely.
That is true. That is true.
So thank you again, Deborah Mack, Deborah of Brooklyn, for coming on and sharing your wisdom and your business with us. I don't have your contact information, so if you would like to share your contact information, that'd be great.
Okay, I'm on your YouTube. I'm gonna I'll put it in there because people, and then I'll put it in this chat.
Okay, great. So while she does that, we would like to thank everybody for coming on and listening to both Dr. B and Deborah Mack and their presentation of their businesses and the information that they have given out. Please feel free to contact them. As she said, Deborah, she will be placing her information in the YouTube channel chat. And I'm just going to repost Dr. B's information for the people to contact her. So here is her information. Let me just remove some of this so that you can get it. And oh my goodness, where am I? Sorry. So I'm going to go into a little bit of announcements, but first I want to share Ima Naami's information. Anyone who has any announcements, please email Ima Naami so she can distribute it to the community. As you all know, whoever is a part of her email list get a lot of information, and you can contact her at sislevite@hotmail.com, and she will gladly distribute it out, and we get to promote more and more businesses and information within the community. Next up, Works of Angel's Hands. The Works of Angel Hands next food pantry date will be August 18th. It's usually every third Thursday of the month, but for this month, it will be August 18th. So if anyone is interested, please come out at 1568 Prospect Place, Brooklyn, New York, 11233 between 11 and 6 p.m., 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. And also, I'm not sure, Ima Naami may know the date. Is that the same date?
Yeah, Bachelor will be conducting their food pantry tomorrow from 12 to 5 p.m. At 730 Willoughby Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11206, between Marcus Garvey Boulevard and Lewis Avenue. Please bring your own bags and your own carts, and we do need volunteers. So anybody that has a free hand that can help, please come and join us. We ask that volunteers show up at 9:30 in the morning, because that's usually when the trucks come in. Toda Rabah.
Ain Tavar. Next up is ICVC's Israelite Community Virtual Graduation. That will be held on Sunday, August 14th. Do I have the right flyer? It says to be announced the time.
It's going to be probably what? Yeah, it's going to be 1 o'clock.
Okay, so you can find them on their Facebook page and the YouTube channel, correct?
Correct.
At Israelite Community Virtual Graduation, is that the page or?
Correct.
Okay. And ICVC Family Fun Day is Sunday, August 21st from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Queensbridge Park, Vernon Boulevard, Long Island City, New York, 11101. Bring your cookout chairs and food and enjoy a friendly day with us within the park with us. For additional information, please contact Deborah Levy, Reuben or Shakina Jackson at icvccalendar@gmail.com. I do have one more announcement. Go ahead, Ima.
Chantel, would you make sure that I get that flyer? Because that's one of the events that I don't have information on. And just email it to me and I'll make sure it gets out to the community.
Ima, I emailed it to you today. You have both of them.
Oh, okay. Very good then. Toda Rabah.
welcome.
Okay. I also have another flyer that I am trying to add here. And this one, this flyer is Return to the Covenant Working Conference. This is an intensive series of preparedness workshops and elevation lectures that are designed to fast track the longing heart wanting to make the transition from the diaspora to the land of one's inheritance. The Return to Covenant Working Conference will take place face to face at the Borough Park Library at 265 43rd Street at 13th Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11219. This will be held on Monday, August 29th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Tuesday, August 30th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pre-register by visiting the website. It's free for all potential guests. For full attendance, guest payment donation is $50 for full attendance to the 2-day working conference. You can cash app at $Beit Midrash Study, BEITMIDRASH Thank you. And so that is it for all the announcements that we have. We thank you once again for everyone for joining our Devarim Tovim Achoti. Good things, sis. So hope you all enjoyed. Lala Tov.
Shalom, shalom.
Lekim Ya, Shavua Tov.